Welcome back to Creatively Exposed. I have started a new series of poet conversations, and I just wanted to invite you all to check it out. I had a whole theme and a whole thing, but I can't think of what I wanted to discuss on Creatively Exposed, but introducing the why in poetry, and it's conversations about craft for those who are writers, the minds of poets as I am a poet, and just kind of having that in the living room sitting with a creative peer, and just discussing all the things that come to mind. Usually around poetry, they read poems in the episode, and we just discuss current events and all kinds of things. So I'd definitely like for y'all to check that out. I'm going to put links in the show notes. The first episode was April 1st with Sol Rios, and she has her books and things in the show notes. So definitely check her out. This Monday, I'm also releasing my conversation with Acela, and we end up talking about anime and just the unhinged ways of being a poet, but also that poetry is very much alive. And for anyone who's interested in what is a low res MFA. So if you're interested in any of that, the conversations are really dope, and I really enjoyed putting these together. So far, I do have a Mercury retrograde blooper. And so Acela is going to look like it came out the 28th, because I'm using Spreaker as my new platform. So, figuring out some things along the way. A third conversation will follow the following week. And that will be with Russia. And we talk about Palestine, we talk about displacement, we talk about my dreams for this poetry series that I'm doing. I have no idea if it's gonna be all 4 episodes or what it constitutes. I just know I wanted to start it and do it, and here we are. And so check those out. Heads up, if you are listening Monday, you probably know there's an eclipse. Probably. I did a pick a card pull for this and gave a little bit of information. A lot of folks are just saying stay inside if you can, but life happens, and some people gotta travel, some people gotta make big decisions, some people have to establish boundaries. So I think it's really what in your body is telling you how to move forward, right? If there is something that just on impulse you want to do, you may need to follow that or give it just a little bit extra thought. Mercury's in Aries, the moon will be in Aries, the sun is in Aries, so when there's so much Aries energy, be very mindful of injury, of car troubles and or accidents. If you feel like you shouldn't go somewhere, I would say stick with that feeling. But overall, just be mindful. Choose your battles wisely. And for femme presenting people, this is usually when there is cisgendered male violence. So be careful. We might see things around war. We might see things around aggressions and things. So just be careful, y'all. It can be really transformative, but Aries is also very spur of the moment and unexpected. It is a new moon. Usually we plant seeds, but not in an eclipse. It can be clarity around the seeds you want to plant in the future. So just write down some notes if you get some clarity. And I had the honor of being at the Poetry Real Film Festival. Real Poetry Film, I think I said that backwards. Real Poetry Film Festival, where my book trailer / indie poetry film was one of the selections. I was a finalist, which is pretty dope as my first attempt at this, and was in Houston just to check out like the other films and just the overall vibe of what a poetry film festival entails, and what an interesting medium. It's a lot of the ones that I saw were documentary style. There was some anthology type vibes, so gonna see if I learn more. And my ticket, or if you still get a ticket, you can watch mine as well as the whole week's full of these different poetry films. And so I think that's pretty damn cool. And gonna check out what other film festivals are out there. The founder of Helios International Film Festival is a poetry film festival, and that's in Mexico, so that's pretty damn cool. I was able to meet with Estefania, and just keeping my eye out for that, because the thing with being a poet, a self-taught poet, ancestrally taught poet, I think is the best way for me to say that, is that there's so many opportunities that we don't know about unless we go out of the box and try to figure out some stuff. And I'm sorry if it's like hella low or just loud air. I'm in a place where the AC is just booming. But there's something to be said about access and of having to be able to search for things and opportunities and things like and I believe Rasha said this, is like there's a false sense of scarcity that is created in the systems that we live in. And how do we create bridges and break down the gates, as my estuary collective would say? So, thinking about all of these things, feeling a little bit more like shooting my shot, of seeing how certain things can be in certain places, like writing wise. It is also National Poetry Month, so I've been following the calendar released by Dr. Taylor Bias and C. Miss Faye. So if you want to do the 30 for 30, I'll see if I remember to put all of this in the show notes. But give the YM Poetry some love. Check it out. Trying something new. And let's see what happens. So that is my little mini-sode for you. That's all I have, really and truly. Still kind of figuring out my way back into the literary space. I think National Poetry Month is really useful to generate work, and so I'm excited about that. I posted a few, not that many, of my own poems on @SIQBook, which is my bookstagram for Soliloquy of an Ice Queen, which was my book trailer. That was a finalist. So I'm gonna put all these things in the show notes. Do not forget that you are magic. No te olvides que eres magia. Pas oublier où c'est magique. Thank you, y'all, for listening.